7 investigation, Eddie and Bo.
Hi, it's Scott for 148 North St. Andrews Drive. Thank you for listening.
What the hell happened here? Besides the obvious.
Well, we got an anonymous call to 911. Caller heard an argument, followed by a gunshot.
While crime scene's doing its job, let's go talk to the front desk. The affair is well documented. They met at Phoenix Gold, apparently. Got motel receipts from the wagon wheel. The medical examiner seems to think the timeline is quite conclusive. Check in. 911 call. Darren McKay was shot first before Eve Tennant took her own life. 2 daughters of Eve Tennant.
Let's talk to the girls.
Damn it. Hey, can't let anybody hear right now.
We'll continue to follow this crime scene and anticipate more information after this afternoon's press conference. Shares of Phoenix Gold fell as much as 6.3% in the pre-market trading. An underground collapse resulted in the death of 24 employees. The company's spokesperson has confirmed that all rescue activities have been suspended and that all efforts are now focused on the recovery of bodies. As we continue to follow this story, shockwaves have reverberated.
But improves their tax position. Not easy, but
There are a number of junior targets in the North Sea.
I'm not sure we can go that route. They'd only be able to use 50% of brought forward losses on 50% profits. We need to look further afield.
I'm going to interrupt. I want to bring up a possibility that's perhaps a bit outside of the box. A gold producer out of Canada, Phoenix Gold, has suffered major collapse at one of their mines. There is an exception under Canadian tax rule which permits a parent corp to wind up a subsidiary to use the losses against its own income or gains.
You do realize that Orium is in oil.
Mining falls under the energy umbrella. This is an ideal way to offset losses while diversifying the portfolio at the same time. Besides, Phoenix Gold share price is in a free fall. They may be amenable to a white knight merger.
I like it. Paige, can you get a preliminary file together? Lay out the deal, metrics, and timeline. I want to send it over by 1.
I can, but I think Scott should handle this one. I'm tied up on a few of my current files here. I don't have time to travel at the moment. Besides, Scott's more than capable.
Glad you think so.
Okay, it's yours. Let's outline the plan of attack.
Paige! Trouble?
The opposite. Orium wants to move on this. It was a brilliant suggestion, actually.
Great. I'm glad it looks viable.
It is. We're sending Scott to Calgary to conduct the due diligence. I want you on this, too.
Is that really necessary?
I want my best on this. Scott is a detail.
I don't have a problem working with Scott. However, there may be a conflict of interest. My mother cleaned offices for Phoenix Gold. Joe Buchanan, the CEO, was one of the few people to show up to her funeral. We haven't kept in touch or anything.
This is a billion-dollar deal, so yes, it's necessary. You're both going to be up for partner this year. Let's not give him an easy way to get ahead. Plus, I don't see how that could be construed as a conflict of interest, unless there's something more you wanted to add.
No, nothing.
Great. Your flights are booked.
Right. Well, I should go pack.
I've decided to accept Oxford. So you're just leaving?
Jesse here. Better be important.
Jesse, it's Paige. I'm sorry I missed your birthday last week. But guess what? I'm gonna be in town tomorrow night. I would love to take you for a drink to celebrate. I'll come to you.
So this is Cowtown. Somehow I can't picture you here. When's the last time you were home?
I don't know. 10, 15 years ago, I guess.
Well, I'm sure a lot's changed since then. We should go for dinner tonight. You can fill me in on the must-knows about this place.
I actually have plans with my sister. But Calgary? It's a small town dressed up as a big city where everybody knows everybody. Or at the very least, their business. It's pretty much all you need to know.
Paige. Oh, it's been so very long. Now, I know our meeting's not till tomorrow, but I thought I'd pop by for a quick hello.
Joe, this is Scott Eastman.
Hi, Scott.
Pleasure.
Scott will be heading up the case and handling the due diligence while we're in town.
Well, meet Warren McLean, senior partner and outside counsel for Phoenix. He's been with us from the start.
I hope that doesn't age me too much. Great to meet you both. We've commandeered an office for you, and we managed to poach one of our legal assistants here as well, Sophie Dale. All the files have been sent over. I think you'll find everything's in good order.
I don't expect the DD to take long at all. The fun part will be hammering out the deal.
If either of you need anything, Sophie knows where to find me.
Thank you.
Joe, could I speak with you for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
I wasn't sure if you'd even remember me, but I haven't forgotten you showing up for my mom back then. How are you doing?
Oh, I've been better. But we're almost through this health and safety investigation, and with this deal on the table, I think we're gonna be fine. But none of that hardly matters. We're all hurting right now for these men's families.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what caused the collapse?
Well, it appears that the company's blasting plan triggered a seismic shift along a previously undiscovered fault line. The subsequent quake caused the collapse. But I'm really glad you're part of this team for the acquisition. Confident we're going to close quickly.
Well, it is our top priority.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that I'll be leaving soon, in case you need me.
Sorry, Sophie. We'll be done shortly as well.
Let's finish this off.
Huh.
I said we should finish this off before we call it a night.
No, I heard that. There appears to be some date discrepancy between these two files. It's minor, though.
Flag them. This deal is too important to be careless.
Sure. But, as I said, it's minor. We should call it a night. Breakfast tomorrow, 7 a.m.?
That should work.
Perfect. See you tomorrow, Tenant.
Sophie? Could you pull the original underground plans for the Aspire mine? I need them for the morning. Thanks.
I think you're gonna need another drink.
And we broke up a few weeks ago.
Really? I take it wasn't amicable.
Yeah, we both knew it wasn't working. At least I thought we did. Guess I'm gonna have to find another bar to drink in.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd rather have cops and lawyers in here.
Thanks for that. You better drink that one. I'm working nights this week.
Well, good thing I'm off in about half an hour. Love bites.
Cheers to that.
Sorry. Don't know why I did that.
My shift starts in half an hour.
I guess you better go.
Yeah. But we should grab a drink soon.
Yeah. Just maybe not here. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while. So,
how about a drink?
Yeah. Maybe a Pinot?
We have red or white. Take your pick.
Red.
Coming right up. Well, since this little celebration is in my honor, let's do a birthday toast. To me, my birthday, to celebrating with my nearest and dearest.
Happy birthday, Jessie. I'm so glad to be here. I mean it.
Well, this has been fun and all, but there is actually something you could help with. I thought maybe you could look into this. It's about Mom.
A federal bank? Something to do with a lost bank account, unclaimed. I don't mind. I can follow it up.
It just came, but seeing as you're the lawyer, better you than me.
I should go. I've got an early morning tomorrow and I'm knackered.
I'm sure you don't fancy a trip to the loo, or is it just Cheerio and all that?
Very funny. I'll be in touch about this. Shouldn't take long. I'm so sorry. I'm late. My alarm didn't go off, and
It's fine. Breakfast was great, by the way.
Shoot.
Sophie dropped this off. I guess you couldn't resist getting a head start. Confirms what I thought. It's basically a typo. Company's consulting engineer, a fellow named Darren McKay, signed off right before Christmas. Guess he wanted to get the project off his desk before the holidays.
Did you say Darren McKay?
That's what it says. Come again?
Oh. Nothing. Sorry. I have a short meeting with my sister. It's an estate thing. I hope that's all right.
Sure. Well, we have a 2 o'clock scheduled with Phoenix and McLean.
No problem.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Darren. Oh, Darren, this is my oldest daughter, Paige. And Paige, this is Darren. He's one of the smart ones here at Phoenix.
Lieutenant, is there a problem?
There's a cover letter missing from the underground plans. It should have been attached. It's signed off by Darren McKay.
I didn't even notice. Sorry.
No need to apologize, but if you could locate it ASAP, please.
When a bank account sits dormant, it eventually reverts back to our office. Now, we were only tasked with contacting the owner even when deceased, but recent legislation changes have tasked us with contacting next of kin. Our records indicate that your mother, Eve Tennant?
Yes, that's correct.
Deceased December 19th, 2003?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, essentially, there's an unclaimed bank account in your mother's maiden name, Eve Hardy.
What?
So you can take these documents with you and return them with your signatures to release the account.
Well, I can't imagine there's very much money in it.
There's $304,021.94.
It's impossible. We didn't have any money.
Well, then this is a very happy surprise.
There were a number of deposits starting November 14th, 2003. $60,000 a week. The last deposit was December 12th, a week before she... All by the same numbered account registered as an LLC.
What's an LLC?
A limited liability corporation. They're generally set up to protect assets or anonymity. Pretty hard to trace, especially when numbered.
So why is it in her maiden name?
I don't know, but she didn't have the best track record.
Don't be horrible.
I should get back to work. There's this meeting.
You know what? We have this money. I know it probably doesn't sound like much to you, but honestly, I could use it.
It took me forever to pay off my student loans from Oxford. I get it, and I agree. We have this money now. From my viewpoint, we have no choice but to see where it leads. You need to be ready. It could be nothing, or it could be something not great.
I'm through the annual and SEC filings. I'll be doing a pass to the various acquisitions and property reports next.
Speaking of property reports, I want to mention that we found a discrepancy regarding the filing dates on the original underground construction plans from your first mine, Aspire. The public filing was made December 22nd, 2003, while the internal records show that the plans were filed a week earlier. Is there a reason why?
We can have somebody look into that. It's likely an internal record misdate.
Great. So, barring that, we should be completed by the end of the week. The books are in good order, and I don't anticipate any delays.
Fantastic. Oh, Scott, do you have a minute?
Yes. Are you okay?
I was really surprised to hear Darren McKay's name come up. I knew he worked for the company, but I didn't realize he was instrumental in the first mine.
I'm sorry. I should have thought that you would have run across his name. He was a consultant for us when Phoenix was developing our first mine, Aspire. I mean, Darren was, he was a brilliant engineer, but we were under a lot of pressure. It was a massive project. Is this going to be too much for you?
Not at all. I'm fine. Thanks for understanding, Joe.
Of course.
Paige? What was that about?
What?
The date discrepancy? I mean, we're not slowing down this deal because of a typo.
Of course not, but we need to move forward with veracity.
Fine. You're right. Dinner tonight?
Sorry, I can't.
Plans with your sister?
Yeah?
I'll take a rain check, though. Good night, tenant.
Did you want anything to drink?
No, I think I'm fine. We should sign off on the account. I remember you said you picked up Mom's effects after the police released them. Do you still have them?
Of course. I mean, there wasn't much. Her purse, necklace. You know, I kept all the old photo albums, though. And that ratty old cardigan that she always wore at home. God, she is pretty. Fashion, tragic.
We should try to see the police file. Do you think they knew about the money?
I could ask Brennan. He still comes in here once in a while. We're still friends. I don't mind asking him.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. I will drop by the office and get these documents scanned and sent over. I'll stop by your place after that. Good luck with Brennan.
Hello?
Hi, it's, me. Jesse.
Right. Sorry. It's been a long night already.
No problem. I've got something to ask you. It's kind of a big ask.
Oh, is that right?
I need to see my mom's case file. We found out today that she has over 300 grand in a hidden bank account. And we need to know if the police knew about it.
Look, it's illegal for me to pass out police records. Now, there's an official process for requests. And who's this we?
Me. I'm Paige. She's in town working on a deal.
Oh. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Can you at least look at it?
Yeah, I can do that. I'll take a look.
Thanks. So, how late are you working tonight?
Pretty late. Yeah, I gotta get going. Say hi to Paige for me.
Whoa, already burning the candle at both ends.
Yes, just finishing up some loose threads for the day. I better get this on Sophie's desk so she can post it in the morning.
Well, here, let me take it. I'm heading out. Hey. Hi.
Joe's pretty tightly wound at the moment. He's looking forward to salvaging Phoenix's reputation and, quite frankly, some of his money.
Right. Well, we are doing everything we can to speed the process, late nights included.
Glad to hear that. Gonna make my way home as well. Good night.
Good night. So, what did Brennan have to say?
Nothing. He said it's illegal or something for him to pass out police reports.
Did you tell him it was important?
Of course. Do you think he'd change his mind if you asked?
It's worth a try.
Sure. Why not? I mean, it's only been 20 years or so since you ghosted him. And, you know, he just broke up with his girlfriend, so he's single.
Denise McMillan. That's the Denise Mom used to clean with,
I
right?
don't know. I mean, I guess you could phone, but I doubt you'd have the same number.
Don't know if you don't try. Hi, is this Denise McMillan? This is Paige Tennant. I'm Eve Tennant's daughter. May I speak with you for a moment?
Oh, I would recognize you anywhere. After talking to you, I dug through my things, seeing if I had any snaps with your mom. Remember how we always used to print our photos?
You both look like so much fun. Oh, you really do. She was always so mischievous and funny. And that's why it's just so confusing.
Confusing? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Felt like everyone was confused at the time.
How come?
Well, we sometimes partied a bit on the job. Had to get through the monotony, know what I mean? The days always blended together. But it bothered me that I had it wrong.
What do you mean?
Never believed that Eve was carrying on with that man. Those days, your mom was not one to be settled. She was all over the place. Oh, man, I love those stories. They helped pass the time. She told me everything.
So you're saying she never told you about Darren McKay?
No, she never talked about him. Besides, he wasn't her type.
My sister and I found out about a bank account. She had quite a bit of money saved up. Did you get a Christmas bonus or a payout that year?
Do you think that we would have been cleaning toilets if we had any money? Besides, if we did, it probably would have went straight up our noses and not into a bank. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't at the funeral. Your mom's death was enough to shock me straight. Her sent me to rock bottom, and then, thankfully, into rehab from there. She was my best friend turned guardian angel. You keep this. Look at that smile. What a goddamn bright light.
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
I'm actually not asking. I'm telling you. Your flight is booked. The red eye tomorrow. We need you back on that publishing fiasco the Johnson file has become.
Tomorrow?
I think Scott can handle things from here on out.
Did you ask Sarah to take me off the file?
What? Why would I do that?
I don't know. Most lawyers would love a unicorn all to themselves. In fact, partner nominations are coming up, right?
I'm not most lawyers, Paige.
We'll see about that.
I'm looking for case 01049438. It wasn't in the stacks.
Just about to refile it. Someone left it out last night. Popular file.
Who signed it out?
No one. Someone must have just had a quick rifle through after hours. You signing it out?
Nah, just a quick rifle.
He's over there.
Pigeon, it's me.
Drink?
Yes.
No.
Oh, let me know what you decide.
As I already told Jesse, I can't give you the file. But I did look through it this morning, and there's no mention of a bank account or money. But everything was in order, and the case was closed quickly, but there didn't appear to be any reason why it shouldn't have been.
But
Someone had the file out last night.
why would anyone else care about a 20-year-old case? Could I see the evidence that was collected?
The exhibit log, you mean?
Yeah, can I get a copy of the exhibit log? And I want to talk to the detectives that were on the case. Are they still around?
You don't ask for much, do you? I can take you to the station now, if you like. Garrity, at least, will be there. He was the senior detective in charge.
Sure. Just give me a second.
So, how about tomorrow night?
Maybe.
I'm taking Paige to the shop to talk to one of the detectives who was on the case.
Okay. My place. Tomorrow.
Ready?
Even though this was an easy solve, it was tough emotionally. Because had a wife grieving her husband, two girls losing their mother like that.
But was it really that easy? I don't want to offend you, but did you know that my mom had this money? And her best friend didn't think she was having an affair with Darren McKay. What other leads did you follow?
There weren't any. The evidence was solid. Look, I know how difficult it is for a family member to believe that a loved one would do something so horrific. There was no doubt in my mind, in any of ours, what happened.
Thanks, Frank. I appreciate the time. I'll walk you out, Miss Tennant.
Yes, thanks. But if you think of anything else, could you give me a call?
Sure.
Thanks, Frank.
Do you think it's worth talking to the other detective on the case?
Danny Wilson? I've known her since my rookie year. And honestly, she won't tell you anything different than Frank did. Between us, she's a... Can you pick one?
When in Rome. Jesse told me you broke up with your girlfriend. I'm sorry. We weren't talking about you or anything. It just came up. I sometimes feel like I'm married to my job.
Is that right?
Hello? I'm on my way to the Wagon Wheel Motel. Okay, see you there. It was Jessie. She's on her way.
It's a bit rough here. Are you sure you don't want me to stay?
Honestly, we're fine. I'm just gonna get a ride back with Jessie. Thanks. I thought you quit.
I did. A few times. Let's get this over with.
Hey, I can't let you guys in right now while we're gathering evidence. I've had the liaison officer look through what's happening. I'm sorry, but you have to.
May I help you, ladies?
Hi. My name is Paige Tennant. I'm a lawyer, and we're looking into an old case that...
You mean the murders?
Yes. You were here at that time?
It was one of the few things the police actually investigated. Everything else is a little too, how shall I say it, seedy.
So, Mr...
The name's Tom Jenkins. You can call me Tom.
Okay, Tom. Do you remember our mom, Eve Tennant?
Oh, what a firecracker that one was. Even if things hadn't turned out the way they did, I'd remember her.
So, she was the one who rented the motel room?
The room was always reserved in both their names, but it was your mom who picked up the key.
Did you even meet Darren?
No, I only really saw Darren head into the room from the parking lot.
Were you the one that called the police?
I don't know who that was. Probably one of the other guests. And I couldn't find out much from the cops. I told them what I knew. They took the hotel receipts, my statement, and that was it.
Can you remember anything else?
I can't think of anything. But I should tell you girls, I'm sorry the way things worked out.
Thanks, Tom. Could you call me if you think of anything that might help?
So, what's it like seeing Brennan again?
Honestly, I don't know. It's weird, and I'm pretty sure he hates my guts. But at the same time, it's like 20 years hasn't passed at all.
Well, that wasn't very helpful.
I don't know. Might have been. Don't you think it's weird that no one seems to know anything about Darren McKay? I think we need to focus on him.
How? I mean, there was only what was in the papers. There was no Facebook back then.
Well, with the due diligence on the Phoenix deal, a lot of files have been shipped over. There might be some info, HR records, resume.
Great. Go through them.
I can't. It's beyond the scope of the job. It wouldn't be ethical.
Then don't get caught.
Sorry, startled me. Wasn't expecting anyone to be here this late. I'm headed out.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. McKay?
I'm sorry, you have the wrong house.
We need to talk to you.
Do you want me to call the cops?
Jesse, get your foot out of the door. Bonnie, right? We don't mean to ambush you like this. Would you consider talking to us? Our mom was Eve Tennant. It's about Darren. We don't believe we know the truth about what happened. We wouldn't be here if we didn't need your help.
I'm married again. I had to try to move on. But you're right, I don't think I was ever told the truth.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for one, I don't believe Darren was having an affair. He wasn't like that. Something else was going on. I had never seen him so stressed.
Did you ever see him with her mom?
No. No, I mean, I know they worked in the same building, but a cleaning lady.
What did the police tell you?
An affair gone wrong. That he was never gonna leave me for her. They acted like I should be grateful to have at least that. But when I kept asking questions, I started to feel like a nuisance. You know, I mean, I know they know what happened. I just don't think they got the reasons right. A few weeks before everything happened, I heard Darren on the phone. He said someone could end up dead. And I think he was talking to a man.
Why do you think that?
Well, it was the way he sounded. Plus, we were planning on starting a family. Let me show you something. I kept this just to remind myself when I thought I was going crazy. The last bit, that's the lyrics from our wedding song. Anyway, my husband will be home shortly, and he really doesn't like to talk about the past.
I know how he feels.
I'm sure you do.
Could I get your number in case anything else comes up?
What an elitist piece of
You buckle up, for Christ's sake.
like you care about my safety.
Both Bonnie and Denise doubted there was an affair.
Then why was Mom in a motel room with Darren?
If you don't sit properly and put your seatbelt on, I'm going to pull over.
This is my freaking car. I can do whatever I want. Holy sh! Happy?
Yeah. Where did you get that?
It's in the bag from the police. You know, I told you I had Mom's necklace. I put it on yesterday. I thought having a piece of
Can I see it? be something that I've missed. Can we look at her things again?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like looking at her handwriting. Kind of feels like she hasn't even left. Lots of boyfriends, mostly bad ones. How come you never got that family trait?
I don't really do relationships.
Never say never, right?
What's this?
10/18/31. Is that a date?
Possibly. Although, that would be before Mom was even born. What else could make sense?
Maybe it's high school.
What?
You know, like in high school, a locker combination.
Let's go.
I have plans tonight. You go ahead.
That's fine. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Hi.
Hey. Can I take your coat?
Yeah, sure.
Paige is coming over. You going somewhere? You know, such BS how she just waltzes into our lives, and because she's this big lawyer, it's on her schedule. But that's your type, right? I mean, rich, professional, glossy hair. It's like what you...
I've got a copy of something in my truck. I'm going to grab it. It's the exhibit log.
Can you lay it out for us?
Okay. There were several witness statements placing both Eve and Darren at the motel multiple times. We have receipts and reservation slips in their names, including the night in question where both were seen entering the room.
We talked to Tom Jenkins at the motel, and he said as much.
We've got a timeline of Eve's whereabouts the day of the murder, and we have the 911 call. Anonymous mail, 12:20 a.m.
Did the police ever find out who made that call?
No. It was made from a nearby payphone. But essentially, it seems the evidence was processed appropriately.
This lists crime scene photos. Do you think we could see them?
So there were only a few, and quite honest, I wouldn't give them to you if I could. They're too gruesome.
I should take this. Hello?
I had a message to call you. Isn't it rather late there?
Morning's morning, right? I'm not coming back.
All right. I'm listening.
There's just so much going on with my family right now, and everything's falling apart. As much as I hate to admit it, I have not been focused on my work. Scott was right to want me off the file, but
What do you mean, Scott?
Isn't that why I'm out?
Scott didn't have anything to do with it. I had a call from Warren McLean. Joe Buchanan was worried that your shared history was starting to interfere with the job.
Joe wanted me off the file? I'm staying. I'll apologize to Scott and help out, but I'm not slowing things down. I promise. I'm sorry. It's been very intense being back here, navigating things with my sister.
I know it's been tough. You have a lot of history here. But I am very good at solving problems. What? I am. I'm a good listener.
Maybe I could bounce some things off of you. Let's do that dinner tonight. Hotel lobby, 7 o'clock?
Sure.
Well, I have about 1,000 emails to get through, so.
Yeah.
Warren? Quick question.
Sure.
I filed an access to information request for an LLC, and it showed that the paperwork was done by McLean Davidson. Could you find out by whom?
It's a shame you didn't show me the LLC you were looking at earlier. I could have shortened the process for you. It was me. Your team certainly excels at details. We're set up to act as a shell company for Phoenix. It's very common in mining to use something like this for land purchases when you don't want to alert the competition to prospects.
Well, who has access to the accounts? Is it still in use?
I am not too involved in land purchases, but I don't see why not. Joe, obviously. Anyone at the exec level. Is there anything regarding the deal we should be worried about?
Oh, no. I'm just following up on some small administrative details for Scott.
Well, he's doing a hell of a job. Tell him I said that.
I will. I need you to look at these. Look.
I'm not sure what you're trying to get me to see.
The signatures aren't the same. This is the cover letter from the underground mining plan. Look at the signature. That, coupled with the date discrepancy,
I'm not sure what you're inferring.
There are issues with the DD. The deal is dead.
Paige, I don't understand.
Darren McKay could not have signed this on the 22nd. He was dead.
Sorry. I had no idea.
How could you? Sharing isn't really my thing.
So, what do you need from me?
I'm not sure. First, we need to talk to Joe. He's not there. I was right. I'll see you later. LLC. It was set up for Joe Buchanan to use for land deals. He had access to that account. And there was a date discrepancy on the underground plans. They were signed off by Darren, but one of them isn't his signature. It's a forgery. And to make matters worse, I spoke to my boss. Joe asked for me to be removed from the file for supposedly slowing down the deal.
But what does this prove? I mean, why would Joe or Phoenix be paying her?
That's the thing. Darren worked for Phoenix too. Wouldn't it make more sense that they were siphoning off money for their new life? I mean, he worked there. He could do it.
Okay, so she's a killer and a homewrecker and now a thief.
I saw them together. I saw the way she looked at him. I saw the way she touched him.
You know what? I don't know what you saw, but don't you think we need to talk to Joe? I mean, he set up the LLC, the mining plans were forged, and now he wants you gone.
You're right. Maybe he'll answer this time.
Mr. Buchanan is unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
Joe, this is Paige Tennant. It's imperative that we speak. Please call me back.
Now what?
I don't know. There's nothing we can do until we talk to Joe.
Okay, so we'll just sit here, right? I mean, you didn't tell me what happened at the bus depot.
Jesse, it was a good try, but there was no locker under her name. In fact, there were no lockers. They got taken out last December, and any left items were put into storage.
What name did you check? I mean, the bank account was under Hardy.
But either way, even if there was anything, it's likely been destroyed or is about to be. They said they're only required to hold items for a year.
Well, the year's not freaking over.
Hi. I was here before. Our mother had a locker here, Eve Hardy. I understand we need to pick up the items that were left.
Yes, I can see we had that locker. Any items would be left in storage. Do you have a legal letter of consent to pick up on her behalf?
Our mom's dead. So no, we don't.
Guess you're out of luck.
My sister, she's a lawyer. Big law firm. She's gonna get that documentation together for you. You know what, I'll just, I'm gonna wait outside, okay?
This is a non-smoking building.
Huh? Sorry, can't hear you.
Put that out.
I need something to do while I wait, so no.
I don't need back up to the main lobby. I repeat, back up to the main lobby.
Hey, get out of here, big guy.
What's going on here?
We're detaining her for smoking in a public place. We have every right to use reasonable force when making an arrest.
An arrest for contravening Section 3 of the Tobacco and Smoking Reduction Act, a municipal bylaw?
Get out of here.
Our pleasure. Tell me you got something.
I don't know yet.
What's it say?
It's a letter from Darren McKay to Joe. He's refusing to sign off on the plans for the underground ramp. Oh my God.
What is it?
He's refusing to sign off because of a known fault line running through the proposed location.
Which means?
Which means Joe knew about it. 24 people died.
Isn't that murder? We gotta get a hold of Brennan. He's gonna know what to do.
It's definitely the same signature. This is real. Let's go.
Can I ask you a question? I know the timing's not good. Is it cool that I like him? Sorry, that was juvenile.
Yes. Of course.
Great. Whatever, though. I mean, it's not really a thing. I don't think... Actually, I know I'm not his type. His last girlfriend, she was, you know, more like you. Like, successful, smart. Everything I'm not.
Jesse, you figured out where Mom stashed that letter. You're more than smart. You're capable.
Cool. Don't forget cool.
What's up?
The money came from a numbered company controlled by Phoenix, and we found a letter that our mom hid for safekeeping. Darren wasn't going to sign off on the Aspire mine. He knew it was dangerous. That's the mine that the company built its success off of. Without it, there wouldn't have even been a Phoenix.
Holy
We think Mom found out about it, and Joe was paying her to keep quiet.
At the very least, this points to Joe being involved. It only ties him to the money, but I think there's more to what happened in the motel that night.
Maybe.
Definitely.
No, it doesn't disprove what happened in the motel. Or the affair.
It's possible that they were both involved in some sort of blackmail plot and fought about the money. But if they weren't having an affair, it doesn't make sense. Do you think Joe's caught wind of what we know? I've been trying to call him all day and I haven't been able to get through.
I can't see how he would.
We need to talk to him. Joe knew about the fault line from the beginning. So did Mom. He wouldn't have been able to move forward with his mine if it hadn't been approved.
I can't wait till he tries to explain this.
Yeah, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Let's meet at his office first thing tomorrow morning.
Are you sure that this is allowed? We could all go for a drink.
It's fine. Thanks for the offer, though.
I am so sorry the appointment wasn't in his calendar. He wasn't in yesterday, and I've been trying to call him nonstop, but his phone is off, so...
Well, the deal is so close to being finalized, which is, of course, so important to him that his thoughts are pretty laser-focused on that.
Of course.
We don't mind waiting, though. It'll just be a few quick signatures on these documents.
Okay, I will let him know that you are here as soon as he arrives.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay.
It was minus 32 last night.
He tried to have me removed from the file. He knows his business is about to be exposed. He could be brought up on charges. Where would he go if he was on the run?
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
It's dead.
Is everything okay?
I just got word that Joe was admitted to Rocky View Hospital with severe carbon monoxide poisoning. But it was too late. He's dead.
No.
I guess that's that. Take a break. We can work on the deal breaker later. It's funny. It's funny how you never really know someone, isn't it? You knew Joe somewhat personally as well, didn't you?
Yes. He knew my mother. It's quite some time ago, but yes.
Are you all right?
I think I'm just suddenly feeling very warm. Excuse me, I just need some air.
Sure.
Paige? Hey.
I thought I was finally gonna know the whole truth. That the money meant there was more to uncover. I let everybody down again.
what are you gonna do?
What can I do? My mom was blackmailing Joe, but we'll never know more now that he's dead. It's over. I'm going back to London.
Typical. This is what you did last time. This is what you're doing again. I really shouldn't be surprised.
I
Come on.
know! I didn't want to hurt you, but I needed to go to something different to get out of here.
Pigeon.
Oh my God. Jesse. No.
Jesse here. Better be important.
Jesse, please call me back. There are only so many messages I can leave. We need to talk.
Do you need help packing up?
Thanks. No, I'll be out of here shortly.
Westlake here.
It's me.
I was assuming you'd be long gone by now.
Joe's death and losing the chance to learn the whole truth. Everything was so heightened. Kissing you. It was a mistake.
Yeah. It was. It was a thing to do to Jesse. Now, quite honestly, I'm pissed off. And I'm mostly at myself, but at you too.
So's Jessie. She won't talk to me.
I don't blame her.
Brendan, when you saw the file, you said there were just a few photos. Do you remember how many exactly?
Yeah, a couple, I'd say. 5 max.
The exhibit log says there were 20. Listed by DW.
Danny Wilson.
We need to talk to her. I'm on my way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll catch you later. So, one of my first cases. But is there an anniversary I should know about?
Nah. Just wondering if you're still sloppy. Maybe I should warn the staff sergeant.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on about, but I think I should get offended. I don't think we should go there.
Oh, really? I can't imagine why.
I don't know, bud, but that was an easy clearance. Almost didn't even have to try.
But there's evidence missing. 15 photos, to be exact. Do you know where they are?
And who would this be?
I am Eve Tennant's daughter, and I really need to see those photos.
I don't know what you're implying, but you could both go to hell. My record speaks for itself, so I got nothing to say to either of you. Don't approach me again, lady. Next time, I won't be so friendly.
Was that a threat?
See? I told you, she's just a... What's up? You looking for an update on the...
I've had some, let's call it, input that you've improperly shared police files with the civilian. Not officially a report, yet.
Let me guess. You've been talking...
We're not making this official, but you have a truckload of banked holidays. You're taking a week off. My suggestion, somewhere warm.
No way. I have way too much on
This
my
wasn't a
plate.
request. Look, you're one of my best. I'm not risking any sort of internal review screwing up your record. Milo.
Jesse, we need to talk.
What's there to say? Really, I don't know what's worse. That I thought I had a shot with Brennan, or I thought that you actually cared.
I do care. I am not looking to get back with some long-lost flame.
But why not? I mean, you guys would be so perfect together. You're perfect, he's perfect. I'm going for a smoke. And why the hell are you still here? With your ammo, I figured you'd already be over this.
I'm not going anywhere. I need to tell you something. The cops. There's evidence missing. I think this runs deep. There may have been a cover-up. I think we should run.
Whoa. I have something for you.
What, a bullet?
Jesus. Relax. I told you, my records are exemplary. I just used to be a bit more high-strung. When I first made detective, I made copies of the cases. I worked after hours, always wanted to impress. When you left, I asked Frank about the file. Something wasn't right. It was squirrely. So I went back to my old records. You're welcome.
20 years too late, ass.
Jesse, can you shine your light on these?
What?
You said when you picked up Mom's things, the necklace was one of the items?
Yeah.
Did you get the chain fixed?
What was there to fix?
They must have fixed it before they released the evidence.
I don't get it.
Jesse, victims don't fight back.
Okay. Frank's neighbor reported a gunshot. A patrol car was sent to his house. Apparent self-inflicted bullet to the head.
What? We need to go through this methodically. What do we know? We know that Joe knew about the fault line. We know someone tampered with the evidence. Isn't it possible that Mom didn't commit?
Somebody murdered them both.
So what? Joe knows Darren isn't gonna sign off on the mine. Eve is blackmailing them, and maybe they're in it together. He sets up the murder of Eve, and Darren forges the mine approvals and lives happily ever after. And what's the tie to Frank Garrity? Could Joe have paid him off too? There's too many unanswered questions.
What do we do?
I think we need to go back to the why. There's two main motives for murder, right? Love and money. Well, what evidence is there that there was an affair? Most people we talked to doubted it. Maybe I only saw some harmless flirting. I mean, Mom flirted with everybody.
If it was just about the money, who benefited? Just Joe?
I'm going back to when Phoenix hit the mother lode. There has to be something in those files.
I'll drive you home.
I owe you an explanation.
No, you don't.
Jesse, what happened?
I just said you didn't. I thought I could play it cool. Here's this guy that I've had a crush on since junior high school. And it actually seems like he likes me. Why am I so deluded? It's because I'm like my mom. And I'm living the same life that she lived. Look where it got her.
Jesse,
I'm not your type,
No,
okay?
that's not true.
It's okay. I just want you to be happy. Whoever you end up with, Kay.
Wasn't your last day yesterday?
I'm just here to check the files from when Phoenix went public.
The files are no longer available and have been sent off-site.
Where's Scott?
I believe he's in the boardroom. They're almost done signing off on terms around the deal breaker clause.
Excuse me. I apologize, but I need to speak with you privately.
Is everything all right?
Absolutely. Again, I apologize. This won't take long.
Thanks for the interruption. It's getting pretty depressing in there. Hey, are you okay?
I need your help. Everything that's happening is connected to my mom's death. It wasn't so. It was murder. Joe knew about the fault line. If either Eve or Darren went public with the information, Phoenix would have gone under before it even went public.
What do you need from me?
Sophie said the files are no longer available, but I need information on the initial public offering.
Well, that's. I mean, technically, because the deal is dead, we're done with them, but they're still in our office.
Can you make an excuse to delay the meeting? And can you look into the IPO, see the terms and who benefited?
Sure, but what are you gonna do?
There's just one more thing I have to check. The keys. You said my mom was always the one to pick up the keys, that you never saw Darren close up. Did you see him going into the room that night?
When I was doing my evening maintenance rounds, I thought I saw Darren just for a sec, but I couldn't have. Eve didn't pick up the key until midnight, and I didn't see anyone else after that.
What does a typical maintenance round look like?
Quick sweep through the hot tub area and the parking lot to check that the cars are registered to rooms.
How do you check the cars?
I jot down the license plates in a notebook, and if there are any that look out of place or have been left there for a long period of time, I check them against the room receipts. We're so close to the C train and the stadium, people think they can park here for free.
Do you still have all of your logs?
Of course. Let me find 2003. Never pays to throw things out.
Paige?
Hi. I need you to check something for me. Can you run the license plates I just sent over and tell me who they were registered to in December 2003?
I technically can't at the moment, but yeah, someone will do me a favor.
Text me as soon as you find out.
Okay.
Walk.
Hello?
Jesse, is Paige there?
No.
She phoned and had me run some plates. Frank Garrity was on the list. So was a car registered to McLean Davidson. Isn't that the law firm she's working out of?
She went to the office.
Meet me there.
You won't believe what... I'm sorry, I was expecting Paige.
I am her sister, Jessie. We thought she'd be here.
She left.
You're just like your mom. So goddamn persistent. Get in.
No.
I said get in.
She asked me to pull some files.
We need to know what she's looking for. It's important.
It was on the Phoenix IPO. These are the 2003 land purchase agreements for Spire. Start of construction, financing agreements, and the IPO. With the exception of Joe, they have one name in common.
Well, I appreciate you tracking it down for me. With this out of the way, only thing left is your... Quite poetic, this being the 19th and all.
He was the signing lawyer on everything. He was granted 850,000 options at the time of the IPO, which is high for counsel. When they vested, they would have been worth about 3.2 million.
Paige was right. It was just about the money.
We need to find her. She still hasn't opened the text I sent.
We need to speak with you.
I'm on my way home, so I can't really.
Where's Warren?
I'm not certain.
Well, I think you better get certain. This is a police officer.
I haven't done anything criminal.
Except acting as a party to an offense. In this case, murder and fraud.
Oh my God. Warren asked me to keep tabs on Paige for the deal. I didn't realize it was illegal.
Where's he been today?
He had a breakfast meeting with an old friend. He was here this afternoon for the meeting, and he went out a little after 5. He said he had a dinner, I think.
You'll have to do better than that.
I could track his cell. I have to sometimes use the Find My Friend app for meetings, and then it just...
Just bloody do it.
This is crazy.
If you and your mom had minded your own goddamn business, we wouldn't be here. This is your fault.
Weird. Looks like some wagon wheel motel on the #1 highway. What do you mean about my mom?
Well, when Eve went to Joe for money, he asked me to handle it, scare off with a legal letter, make it go away. He was always such a limp. But she just didn't scare off that easily. Things got dicey. She wanted more money. Darren was threatening to go public. Easier just to set up the affair and take out 2 birds with 1 stone. I made the reservations in both their names. But it was me meeting her here, discussing terms, making payments. Frank and I didn't have to try too hard to lure Darren here under the guise of meeting his wife for a naughty little hookup.
Why'd she do it?
Really? Law school's expensive, sweetheart.
Obviously, I wasn't aiming at you.
Well, at least this way the truth will come out. You have to be ready. The investigation and trial will likely take a long time.
Goodness, you're okay. And thank you for...
Doing my job.
No, you weren't. If you and Jesse hadn't figured out where I was, You're a good team. She went to get coffee, but she refused to leave until you were out of surgery. I owe you an apology, a real one. I was immature and scared and selfish when I left. I hope you can forgive me someday.
I already have.
Thank you.
So you gonna stick around for a while?
Back to London. My life there, it's actually pretty good. My ride's here. It's gonna be different this time. I'll be back for the trial. And we'll keep in touch.
I miss you already.
sorrows. I'm not my thoughts. I am not
Straight to the airport?
my belongings.
Please.
Not what I lost. I'm not my gods. I'm not my thoughts. I am not my wantings or my desperate measures. I am not. Am I anything at all? Not without you, I'm not. I'm not my dreams or my high school photo. I am not what I seem. I'm not what's hiding below. Well, I'm not caged, but I'm not free. I am not what I was. I am not what I will be. I'm not forever. I'm not profound. I'm not inconsequential. I am not on solid ground. I am not. Am I anything at all? Not without you, I'm not. I'm not my sickness. I'm not my ambition. I am not my sins or my superstition. I'm not